The Louisa earthquake raised many concerns about the safety of the North Anna nuclear plant and more than 90 aftershocks. Keep those questions going. What may surprise you, though, is how far-reaching an evacuation would be if disaster were to strike there. We made this discovery during a 3-month investigation. Rachel DePompa now with more on what she's uncovered.
Anchored along a scenic man-made lake, North Anna now has a dubious distinction: the only U.S. nuclear plant ever to be knocked offline by an earthquake.
Yes, it was a surprise.
Victor McCree is with the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, or the NRC, the federal agency based in the Maryland suburbs of D.C. that oversees power plants. He's in charge of 33 nuclear reactors in the southeast, including Dominion's 2 at North Anna.
There was no significant damage to any parts of the plant, and that was verified by both Dominion and independently by NRC.
McCree says the damage at North Anna was purely cosmetic. Some cracking here, shifting there. There was a loss of power, but the generators kicked in. Dominion says it spent $21 million inspecting the reactors after the quake. McCree ultimately helped make the decision to turn North Anna back on.
The operators at North Anna responded appropriately to this event. The plant responded as designed. It shut down. It put itself in a safe condition.
The 5.8 magnitude quake shook the ground about twice the level North Anna was designed to handle. The NRC now recognizes that North Anna's risk of catastrophic failure from an earthquake is slightly higher than first thought.
I think that we need to be more vigilant.
We caught up with Paul Gunter over Skype. He runs Beyond Nuclear, a group that has long been critical of nuclear power. He believes the reactors were started up too quickly.
We don't have any confidence in the agency or the power company that they are accurately assessing the cumulative impact of all these aftershocks where small cracks might be growing right now.
And what if the worst did happen? A meltdown at North Anna. Currently, power companies only drill for a 10-mile evacuation area around power plants. This is the evacuation zone practiced for North Anna. But during the nuclear crisis last year in Japan, the NRC recommended that Americans within 50 miles of that plant evacuate. Take a look at 50 miles around North Anna.
All of 64 east of Charlottesville would be in the zone. All of Fredericksburg. So would Ashland and Short Pump. Even downtown Richmond would be in the evacuation zone.
So there should be a major reevaluation, a real rational look at, can we evacuate cities like Richmond and Fredericksburg?
The NRC still maintains 10-mile zones are enough and points out what happened in Japan took days to play out.
There's time to make those decisions, and there's time if there's a need to move people for that type of evacuation if necessary to occur.
And it's not just North Anna. The risk for earthquakes causing core damage are higher at several plants on the East Coast.
So we concluded that the current operating plants are safe to operate. It doesn't cause us any greater concern because we're already aware of the hazards in those areas.
Questions have surrounded North Anna's location since it was built. This 1977 letter from the Justice Department says the owners of North Anna and ultimately the NRC knew the reactors were built directly on top of a geological fault, but construction was completed anyway. In fact, VEPCO, or Virginia Electric and Power Company, before it became Dominion, was convicted of making 12 false statements to the NRC and was fined $60,000. The NRC argues to this day the fault under North Anna is not active.
If they want to split hairs about this fault or that fault, that's their fault. It's not our fault if there isn't another accident caused by an earthquake. The warning is clear.
Dominion filed years ago to build reactors 3 and 4 at North Anna. That request is before the NRC. And even if it's granted, we are years, if not a decade, away from construction. And that's if Dominion even decides to build. Rachel DePompa, NBC 12 News.
In a statement, Dominion said its 10-mile emergency response plans are in place and are practiced each year. The spokesperson went on to say, quoting here, those plans include taking proactive actions such as sheltering or evacuation in the event of a nuclear emergency. And of course, you can read the full statement at NBC12.com.